not more than that. Krishna is Navayavana. Navayavana, or the budding youth, is actually the 16th age of 16. So what we are planning to do on this month of Kartik, we will go through the wonderful pastimes of Krishna, and in detail in the sense that, so we can understand the principle, the tattva behind it, as well as the causes and the reasons for that, so that this is quite goes in little more detail and deep into the subject matter in such a way that so we can understand easily and connect to that our devotion. So that's the aim, so that we can. It's mentioned that in our scriptures, as well as Acharya Srila Prabhupada and various spiritual masters mentioned that this month is very, very special. So one who hears the Harikatha or Srimad Bhagavatam, hearing Srimad Bhagavatam on this month, it's mentioned that one can easily attain the pure devotional, the platform. So we are not up to that pure, but now we can get into, or by the process of this bhakti, hearing Srimad Bhagavatam on this month of Kartik, then we can also get lots of purification from our heart, from our settled body. Settled bodies consist of mind, intelligence, and ego. This is the resting place of all these impurities. So this directs us in so many ways. So we can purify our settled body, and then we can enter more into our spiritual path or the devotional, pure devotional platform. So that's the intention. So thank you all for joining again. So let's together pray in such a way that please unmute yourself and chant with me if you can. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 Narayanam Namaskrityam.
Narayanam Namaskrityam.
Naram Chaiva Narottamam.
Naram Chaiva Narottamam.
Devim Saraswatim Vyasam.
Devim Saraswatim Vyasam.
Tadho Jayamudhiraye.
Tato Jayamudhiraye.
Nashta Prayeshu Abhadreshu.
Nashta Prayeshu Abhadreshu.
Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya.
Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya.
Bhagavati Uttama Sloke.
Bhagavati Uttama Sloke.
Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtikim.
Bhakti Bhavati Naishtikim.
Om Jnanat Mirandasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshurunmilidam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stabidam Yena Bhudale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadadhi Sabadantikam Vandeham Shri Gurum Shri Yudapadakamalam Shri Gurum Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajadam Sahagana Raghunathanidam Tam Sajivam Advaitam Savadudam Parijana Sahidam Shri Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalidam Shri Vishakhanidamscha. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dhinabandhu Jagatpade Gopesha Gopika Kanda Radha Kanda Namostude Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vancha Kalpatarupasya Kripa Sindhubhye Vacha Padidanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare
Hare
Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Om Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimade Lokanath Swamini Dinamine. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimade Bhakti Vedanta Swamini Dinamine. Namaste Saraswata Devi Gauravani Pracharine Dhurvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. Hari Om Tat Sad. Hare Krishna. Thank you all for joining this very auspicious Kartik special Bhagavad Gita. So Kartik is very, very precious, special. It's mentioned that if anybody performs any devotional service, that multiplies million times than any other time. Kartik is especially mentioned that it's known as Urja Vrat. Why it is mentioned that Urja Vrat? Because of this is in the predominant deity of this month of Kartik is Srimati Radharani. Srimati Radharani is known as Urjeshwari. Another name of in the names of Srimati Radharani, one of the name of Srimati Radharani is Urjeshwari. Because of Urja means potency. Not only that, it's called spiritual potency. Urj means energy, the spiritual energy. So Urjeshwari means one who gives the spiritual potency. So she, the mother Srimati Radharani, is the one who gives us energy, spiritual energy, in order to perform devotional service. Of course, Srimati Radharani is the topmost of all devotees and Param, Supreme. And Sri Krishna always receives service from Srimati Radharani. Everybody else is assisting Srimati Radharani. So it is from the Srimati Radharani that we all get the spiritual energy in order to perform loving devotional service. So that's why even when we take up this holy name, we say Hare, that first we are addressing to the internal potency of the Lord. Internal potency of the Lord, that is addressing indirectly or directly to the Srimati Radharani. Hare, Hare represents Srimati Radharani. And what is the meaning of holy name? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. O internal potency of the Lord, O Srimati Radharani, please engage me in your service. This is the absolute meaning of the holy name. So Srila Prabhupada very nicely mentioned this. So when we chant the holy name, we are praying to Srimati Radharani that please engage me in your service. So we get that energy from the Srimati Radharani. Then only we can progress. So that's why Kartik is very special. So we get special spiritual energy in order to execute loving devotional service to the Supreme and their divine couple. So that's why it is called Urjeshwari or Urjavrat. Urjavrat, one who takes up this holy, this is usually the fasting, any other days, Janmashtami, we take a full day of fasting. The Ramanavami takes, half day of fasting and full day of fasting, depends on that. But on this month, everybody takes the full month of fasting because of the prominence of Srimati Radharani. The prominence of Srimati Radharani, because of everybody is completely surrendering to Srimati Radharani and praying to Srimati Radharani. Please give us this energy, this potency, so that we can progress in devotion. So it is mentioned that by the end of this Kartik Vrat or this Urja Vrat, one will attain mantra siddhi. One will come to that, perfection. Mantra siddhi. That Srila Prabhupada compiled nectar of devotion in this month of Kartik in Vrindavan. So Srila Prabhupada was there in 1972. Srila Prabhupada was there in Vrindavan, and every day, morning and evening, Srila Prabhupada, morning Srimad Bhagavatam class and spiritual discourse, and especially nectar of devotion, that Srila Prabhupada started to speak on nectar of devotion. So one can really derive the nectar of devotion in this month of Kartik. So the nectar, one can attain the nectar. Nectar means Amrit. That means Amrit, the purpose of the Amrit is to want to gain the immortality. So one can really gain the immortality, or the position that we can always at eternity. Immortality means in the real sense is called eternity. That's eternal, right? Always exists, eternal. Where always exists? In the lotus feet of Krishna, and the abode of Krishna, and the Dham of Krishna. And there we can eternally serve the Supreme Lord. Otherwise, we will be here in this material realm, that is the Devi Dham, in this material realm. There it is birth, death, old age, diseases, and life after life after life. We will be wandering in this world one after another, maybe sometime plants, sometimes the reptiles, sometimes insects, sometimes aquatics in the water, sometimes birds in the air, sometimes worms into the soil, sometimes tiny insects, sometimes humans, sometimes animals, sometimes ferocious animal, birds. There is millions of 8.4 million species of life like this. We can be one of this if we don't do and don't understand and realize the purpose of the value of the human form of life. The human form of life, the purpose of the human form of life, to realize that what is our position, what is our constitutional position. Our constitutional position, nothing but we are part and parcel of that supreme potency. That supreme potency is completely spiritual. But we are spiritual and material. And moreover, and we are completely now under the spell of this material, the energy. When we are under completely in the spell of material energy, then we cannot even realize what is our original position, what is our original identity. Our original identity is nothing but we are spirit soul, we are part of that spirit soul, we are part of that Supreme Lord, we are belongs to that Supreme Lord. That is completely spiritual, which is way beyond our material conceptions of life or material energy. So, but we are completely under the spell of material energy. That's why we are going through this various sufferings and the distress and the all these calamities and pain and the pleasure and the dualities. So many ways we can see that. And then generally, moreover, the people cannot even come to that point where I am suffering or not. They say that this is a part of life. Generally, the material people say, oh, this is part of life. There is nothing to worry. This is what is I want to. So what is the big deal in it? But an intelligent person, a realized person understand that this is all we are causing, we are creating all this. We are creating all this, and because of our intense material desire, why we are having this intense material desire? Because of our past life. So we accumulated lots of karma. We have accumulated lots of desires, this which is there in our settled body, our Sushma Sharir. It's always there. So which hankering, which gives us that, oh, I need to do this, I need to do this, so we cannot even come out of it. So, dear devotees, this is exactly like taking bath in the Ganges. Hearing Srimad Bhagavatam is exactly that. It's not only that taking bath in the Ganges, but it's completely take us from that our material bondage, entanglement, and it's break through that barriers and the borders, everything, and then take us to that very spiritual consciousness or of spiritual identity. So it breaks through, it's passed through all the layers of our senses, mind, intelligence, ego, as passes through and reach to that the point where our original identity is. There we can see that who we are. Now we don't see it who we are. We see that I'm a human, I'm this, I'm American, I'm Indian, I'm this. So much of designations that we have because of our material identity. But we are actually not this material identity. Our eternal identities, we are spirit soul. We are eternal identities. We are part of Krishna. Mamevamsho jiva loke, jiva bodha sanatana. All living entities are my eternal part and parcel. Manashastran indriyani pragadistani kashadi, but they are completely with our indriya, shastran indriyani. They are indriyani pragadistani kashadi. They are struggling in this material world. Prakriti. Prakriti means this material nature. They are suffering there. So, dear devotees, this is our greatest opportunity and the good fortune that we have this opportunity that to hear the glories, and we are coming to our spiritual identity, and now we are connecting our spiritual identity, spiritual spirit soul, to that supreme identity, that supreme soul. This is called yoga, connecting or uniting with ourselves. So that's the purpose of the human form of life. As long as we connect, when we are in the human form of life, if we are able to connect ourselves with that supreme Lord, that is called the yoga. But when we are lovingly perform that, when we hear with attention, when we hear, when we execute and engage in the devotional service with much attention and dedication and determination, this is called love. This is called bhakti. So when we hear the glories of the Supreme Lord with that understanding that I am now with the Lord. So I am part of the Lord, I belongs to the Lord, and Lord's wonderful glories, which only will save me that from this material entanglement and bondage. There is nothing that in this world that which will save us or save me. Otherwise, every lifetime after lifetime, I'm sinking into this material ocean. I'm going deep down into the material ocean, going deep down, and every time I'm suffering lot in every lifetimes after lifetimes after lifetime. This is the only way that, dear devotees, that we can come out from that material ocean, that samsara, then come out of it, and then we can connect ourselves to that Supreme Lord with our very loving nature, loving affection, and that to the Supreme, that is called bhakti. So hearing Srimad Bhagavatam, hearing the glories of the Supreme Lord, chanting the holy name, engaging in the loving devotional service, remembering the Lord, these are all part of Bhakti Yoga. That means we are entering into our spiritual plane. We are entering, we are, with the Supreme Lord. We are connecting ourselves with the Supreme Lord with the love and affection. That's called Bhakti Yoga. That's the only way that we can. That's the only business Krishna has with the devotees, with the living entities. Only time when the devotees are come to this consciousness and engage in the loving devotional service to Supreme Lord, that's the only time Krishna is also engaged with the devotees. So that's what is exactly we can see in the Vrindavan. The Vrindavan pastimes is nothing but Krishna reciprocating to that devotees. And in the Srimad Bhagavatam, there is a beautiful section of the Ambarish Maharaj. When Ambarish Maharaj was offended by Durvasa Muni, the Lord intervened. Lord, the Sudarshana Chakra of the Lord, then Durvasa Muni was so furious, and just for that, to that devotee. And this is a good example, very good example, that how Lord reciprocates with his devotees. Ambarish Maharaj was a great king, and entirely his whole life, he was the emperor of the entire universe, the entire earth. When says that emperor of the 7 islands, all the opulences, all the wealth, everything is there. But Ambarish Maharaj completely dedicated his entire life, entire body, entire senses, entire hands, just the ears, just to hear and understanding that who he is and who he is. The eternal identity of Ambarish Maharaj realized that that to serve the Supreme, because I'm nothing, I'm just spark of it. When I am spark of it, what it matters that all this wealth and richness is around me, and the family and the servants and the complete opulences. But it matters me that if I am not connected to my Father, my Supreme Lord, what is the use of all this? It's like a pebbles, or just like a stone, just like a mud. So there is no value that if we don't connect ourselves to the Supreme, their entire life is gone. So this is our rare opportunity as a human form of life, that we can connect ourselves with the Supreme. So Ambarish Maharaj thinking this way and engaging completely, his legs were using to go to the temple, his hands were using to serve the Supreme Lord and devotees and cleaning the temple. His body was utilized to, bringing and collecting all this paraphernalia to the service of the Lord. His eyes to see the Lord, his throat, his tongue is to taste to chant the holy name of the Lord, and ears is to hear. So every time Ambarish Maharaj was engaged completely in understanding that the purpose of the existence of the Ambarish Maharaj. Then that's the time, and this pastime also manifested in Kartik. So on the Ekadashi of the Kartik, Ambarish Maharaj was taking a fast both days, Ekadashi and Dwadashi, and both days. And the third day, when it comes, Ambarish Maharaj was about to break the fast, and that's the time that Durvasa Muni appeared there. When Durvasa Muni appeared there, Then Ambarish Maharaj requested and obeyed, paid all the obeisances, are requested very humbly, please come and honor the prasadam. And Durvasa Muni agreed. When the Durvasa Muni agreed that to come, and Durvasa Muni then went to take the bath. This is a custom that before we take bath, we do the Sandhya Vandana, take bath, Sandhya Vandana, then come for the prasadam. And Durvasa Muni went, and Durvasa Muni was delaying much. And then what happened? The time is coming to break the fast. It is mentioned that one has to break the fast on the Parana time, that the time which is allotted for breaking the fast. If we don't do that, there are some flaws that within us. There are some flaws that the fasting, so the fasting won't be complete. So like that, and also it is very much offenses that to offend a Brahmana, in the sense that the requested to Brahmana to honor the prasadam, and how can a host can honor the prasadam before the host. So this was the dilemma. Then Ambarish Maharaj was consulting this with the Brahmanas there in the palace. They said it's fine that it is just a represent. It's kind of symbolically that if we take water instead of anything, just as breaking the fast, so that considers breaking the fast. So Ambarish Maharaj took little drops of the water, and Durvasa Muni came. Durvasa Muni was so furious. Just hearing, just seeing this, Durvasa Muni created a demon, and from his hair, and then immediately that charged with the trident to kill Ambarish Maharaj. Durvasa Muni saying that you are a Vaishnava, you are a devotee, how could you do this? And you are pretending, you are acting like a devotee, and you invited me, and without me that you are drinking water and breaking. So this demon which was created then charged with the trident to the Ambarish Maharaj, and this is the time Sudarshana Chakra appeared. When Sudarshana Chakra appeared, and then now coming to kill Durvasa Muni, because of immediately Lord understood that my devotee in danger. So when Lord reciprocate like this, and when devotee in danger, Lord intervenes directly, and Sudarshana Chakra came and started to, then immediately Durvasa Muni flee from there. All over the places, all over the universes, everywhere, all the places. And then went to Brahma. Brahma said, I'm completely under the control of my Lord. I can't do anything. It went to Shiva. There was beautiful section out there. And finally, Shiva said, you go to Vishnu, the Supreme Lord, he only can save you. When Durvasa Muni came to the Lord Vishnu and then prayed to the Lord Vishnu that you are the only one can save me, Lord said that I am completely dependent upon my devotees. I know nothing but my devotees knows only me, but nothing else. So I am completely dependent upon my devotees. And then I don't even enjoy separately from my devotees. I'm completely dependent upon my devotees. And then you are offending that devotee. I am helpless. Only that devotee can save you. You go back to Ambarish Maharaj. You go back, and then the Sudarshana Chakra was just behind Durvasa Muni. Durvasa Muni came back to the Ambarish Maharaj and begged for forgiveness, fall flat at the feet of Ambarish Maharaj. But Ambarish Maharaj was a great quality of a devotee. Ambarish Maharaj then started to pray that to the Lord and the Sudarshana, that if I have done any pious activities, if I have done anything done for that, please, help, please save that. I am completely transferring to this Brahmana, this sage, please save him. And if I by dynasty have done anything good for, then please transfer and save this. And if I have done on my entire life, in my family done entire life anything, then please save Ambarish Maharaj. This was the prayer of a devotee. Then Sudarshana Chakra withdrew. So then completely saved. The Durvasa Muni was. Then Ambarish Maharaj this was almost 1 year was passed by this time. Ambarish Maharaj was just taking little water. And then what happened? Immediately, Ambarish Maharaj requested to Durvasa Muni, as promised, that please come and honor the prasadam. And then Ambarish Maharaj served Durvasa Muni. Now Durvasa Muni realized that the power of a devotee. Dear devotees, this is what is the Lord reciprocate to the devotees. So it's very important that everybody can come to that, at least some extent to that, the devotional platform. And this Kartik will help us, and Damodhara Mandu will help us to come to that, our real identity, real position, real, and connect ourselves with the Supreme Lord. So that's why we, decided to go through this wonderful pastimes of the Lord, so that we hear about the Lord. So we connect ourselves with the Lord. Generally, it is mentioned that we see the Lord by hearing. When we hear the Lord, the Lord is manifested in our heart when we hear the glories of the Lord, no matter what. So by hearing also that we are remembering the Lord, at the same time we are seeing the Lord as well. So dear devotees, this is the way that we connect ourselves with the Lord, being with the Lord. When we chant the holy name, we are with the Lord. When we hear about the Lord, we are with the Lord. When we remember the Lord, we are with the Lord, because of it's an absolute platform. When in an absolute platform, the Lord and the devotee all in that one plane. It's a spiritual plane. That's why it's mentioned that devotees enters into the spiritual plane, enters into the pastimes of the Lord, when they are really attentive and determined, and when they connect themselves to the Supreme Lord. So this is the way, dear devotees, we get our spiritual identity, spiritual form. Otherwise, it's completely covered by our material, all impurities or material bodies. But we also have the spiritual body. So that's the reason that Kartik will help us to come to that realization, come to that understanding. Kartik is very, very auspicious month, dear devotees, that even if one does little bit of hearing of Srimad Bhagavatam, offering the Gilam to the Supreme Lord Damodhara, and sing the glories of the Damodhara Ashtakam. And we know that Satyavrata Muni was great devotee of the Lord. Lord personally took the form of a Malsya, incarnation to protect that devotee. This is that the Lord reciprocate. This was also happened in this month of Kartik, that Lord appeared in the form of a Malsya. Lord appeared twice in the form of a Malsya, and in order to protect his devotee, that Satyavrata Muni. Satyavrata Muni was also, that is, it was the Satyavrata, the the king, the emperor, the emperor of the seven islands. But what a very day the Satyavrata Muni was worshipping the Supreme Lord. Even though he was an emperor, he goes to the banks of the shore of the ocean, and then there sit and meditate upon the Lord and worship the Lord. This was the great people always do. The great people always understand the value of his human form of life. And then that's the time a little tiny fish came into the water. A tiny fish came into the water, and they told to Satyavrata Muni, Satyavrata, that the king of Satyavrata, that, okay, I am struggling here. Can you rescue me? All the other sharks, very ferocious animals are there. They are going to eat me. So a devotee, Satyavrata, King Satyavrata, heard this voice. And then, of course, this is happened in Satyuga, and heard this voice. That is, everything is possible. Everybody could hear properly. And the purity is in the maximum, that everybody could even see the Lord and hear everything. So then immediately King Satyavrata took this fish out of this water, and then put it in a small jar. So immediately this fish becomes so big, and then again pleaded to the king that, oh, this jar is so big, now I cannot leave here. Can you put it in a bigger jar? So King Satyavrata took that fish again, put it into the big jar. So immediately it became so big. So then again pleaded to the king Satyavrata that, I cannot, I'm suffocating here. Can you put me in a bigger place? Then King Satyavrata put that fish into a bigger pond, and there immediately this king becomes so big and said that, I cannot leave here, I'm suffocating here. Can you put me again, put back into the river? So there again that this fish became so big. So now again put it into the ocean itself, and it became so big. Now king understood that, Satyavrata king understood that this is not an ordinary living entity, ordinary fish. So then understood that this is the Supreme Lord. So dear devotee, Supreme Lord can manifest in any form. So this is the fish and God. So the Lord said that, yes, I am Vishnu, I am the Supreme Lord. I came here to protect you. Now in the 7 days, coming 7 days, in the seventh day, there will be a pralaya, there will be an annihilation. The earth, the universe will be inundated with water, and I came here to protect you. I will tell you what to do when the pralaya comes, when the water is completely covered this world. So there will be a boat will be coming. You collect everything, that whatever the herbs and the ingredients and the various other living entities, the sages and rishis and the devotees, everything that what you can get it and collect it, and then put it in the store it into the boat. So I will come that then you can enter with everybody into this boat, then I will rescue you. So like that, then that Lord said, okay, on this day, then the seventh day that the boat came and there was a big, heavy pralaya, heavy rain. The water is started to grow in, higher and higher and higher. And king understood that this is what his Lord said. So immediately that so that a boat is coming, then King Satyavrata instructed to everybody, okay, please come follow me. And then everybody followed and entered into this. And Lord Malsya was holding this boat. And then Malsya's the horn which tied to a rope, that's Vasugi, was tied to the boat and on the horn. Then the Lord King, the Supreme Lord, the fish, then sailed that boat and pulled that boat to the highest peak of, and then called it there for, it says that 1,100 celestial years, and that much years this was Pralaya was going on. And then this is the time that then this King Satyavrata and sages asked a lot of questions, loads of questions about the transcendental nature. This is the devotees, Adado Brahma Gigyasa, this is the nature of that living entity. One can inquire from the Guru, from the devotees, and from the Lord. They understand the knowledge of the transcend, the spiritual knowledge. So King Satyavrata was asking lots of questions, and Lord started to explain this transcendental knowledge to Satyavrata Muni. This is the time that in the Bhagavad Gita, then before that, this Satyavrata then became the Manu, that is what is then the son of sun god Vivaswan. And then that Satyavrata, King Satyavrata, then became the Manu, that's what is the current Manu, that is known as Vaivasudha Manu. The current Manu is Vaivasudha Manu. This was actually the king of Satyavrata. And that's why Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Evam Parambara Praptam Evam Rajashyo Vidum. And then says that, then I instructed this transcendental empirical knowledge to the sun god Vivaswan. Vivaswan instructed to Manu. Manu instructed to Ishwagu. So Lord is instructing this transcendental knowledge to this Manu. And this is the time also Lord instructed this transcendental knowledge to Manu. And that's why we became the Satyavrata Muni. And that's why Satyavrata Muni could become the Manu of this current time. So this is so wonderful in this way that we can understand that Lord reciprocate to the devotees in such a way that, so this also pastime happened in this month of Kartik. So this hearing these wonderful pastimes of the Lord, they definitely, dear devotees, helps us to purify and then connect ourselves with the Supreme. So this way we can see Krishna when we hear the holy name of the Lord, when we hear the transcendental pastimes of the Lord, we can see the Lord. So Lord manifests, so we can connect. That's what is. That's why in the Vrindavan, Srila Prabhupada, devotees ask Srila Prabhupada, so Srila Prabhupada, what to do when there is a Kartik program? Kartik is there, and what we should do? Srila Prabhupada said, okay, you chant 24 hours. So devotees started to chant, take out the beads from the bag and started to chant. So then no eating and no other activities. No water, no food, and chant 24 hours. So then everybody just stopped for a minute. That is not possible, Srila Prabhupada, and this is not possible. And how can we do? How can we live? So yes, Srila Prabhupada said, yes, that's true. Yes, but you should engage in the service as much as possible with 100% attention in this month of Kartik. So that's the way that we can connect ourselves back to Krishna. That's the way back to home, back to Godhead. So this is the way that, dear devotees, we have wonderful opportunity in this month of Kartik, and it's multiplied million times even if we do anything. And it's mentioned that in the scripture that one who performs devotional service, it is not easily that we can attain Krishna. It's not that easy that, okay, as we say, as says that Krishna's dealing only with his devotees, pure devotees. So it's not that easy as we say that, okay, when I do something, I get Krishna. Yes, Krishna is there, but we are not ready for that. Krishna is always there for us, but we are not ready. We say, okay, even if we say that, okay, we may chant one round, we may chant 24 rounds, we may chant, but we are not completely pure. We are not completely surrendered. So it's not possible. But in this month of Kartik, one engaged in the loving devotional service and 100% attentively and focused, then easily that one can attain Krishna. Krishna would be, ready to, become and to take that devotee back to Krishna. So this is the benefit. This in many places scriptures reveals it. I'm not getting into that. So that's what is the purpose, that the importance of this month of Kartik. So that's why it is mentioned that this month is actually the predominant deity, or in the name of Srimati Radhika Rani. Radha Rani's another name is known as Kartika. Why Kartika? Because of Radharani's mother's name was Kirtika or Kirtida. Another, the difference. So Kirtika, Kartik. So Radharani's name is also known as Kartika. So this is in the month of Kartik. And also it is mentioned that one can bind Krishna with their loving devotion on this month. So that's another significance of this month of Kartik, that one can bind Krishna with their loving devotional service so easily. So then what is needed for that? So in this month, as we know that in the pastimes of Mother Yashoda binding Krishna, Mother Yashoda was trying and trying and trying and trying. And then, all the ropes brought it for to tie Krishna, but always there is a 2-inch short. Mother Yashoda couldn't tie, and always there is 2 inches of short. Then finally, that when Mother Yashoda, surrendered to Krishna and prayed to the Lord that, oh Lord, what is this? I can't do this anymore. Please help me. So with that devotion, so Krishna wanted to see that there is an endeavor. And then when there is an endeavor, that's the first 2-finger short means the first finger represents that the endeavor. That means we have to, Acharyas reveals this one, we have to have our endeavor for this. The endeavor is nothing but we have to serve, we have to have the loving devotion. That is endeavor called. Then it comes when then Krishna's mercy comes upon us. Unless and until we have the Krishna's mercy, we cannot bind him, we cannot do anything. Unless and until we have the mercy of Krishna and the mercy of devotees. Or that's called kripa, that's called mercy. Unless and until we have the kripa or the mercy of the devotees, we cannot even move an inch in the path of bhakti. That's why many of us, all of us, we are devotees. Either we, connected with some devotees, we read Srila Prabhupada and prayed to Srila Prabhupada, and the mercy of Srila Prabhupada, mercy of the devotees, mercy of Srila Prabhupada, transcendental books which can transform us. Some way or other, we got the association directly or indirectly with the books, with Srila Prabhupada, with the devotees, or some way or other we were worshipping Krishna in our past lives or something. That's why we got some mercy. And unless and until we have this endeavor, we cannot get the mercy. So this is another significance of this month. One can bind Krishna with our loving devotion, then we get the mercy of Krishna. Then when we have the mercy of Krishna, then one can bind Krishna. So that's our eternal perfection, that one can go back to Krishna, because one can attain that our spiritual form, spiritual identity. So dear devotees, so this is keeping that in the mind, that what is the purpose and significance, why it is so important. So dear devotees, when we hear the Harikatha, when we hear the glories of Krishna, we are seeing Krishna in our heart. So we are in connection with Krishna. That's the ultimate purpose. That's our ultimate duty. That's why Paradharma. Savai Pumsha Paro Dharma Yador Bhakti Radokshani. So we have Swadharma, we have Paradharma. So Swadharma is our obligation, our duties that we have to do. Take care of this body is our dharma. So that we have to do. But also everybody has a Paradharma, the supreme duty, Param. What is that Param Dharma? Edorak Bhakti Radokshaje. Execute the loving devotional service unto that supreme Lord is the Param Dharma. And of course, the Param Dharma supersedes all the other dharmas as well. That's why Krishna says that Sarva Dharman Parityajya. Sarva Dharma. That's come to that Param Dharma. Sarva Dharman Parityajya Mame. That's the Param Dharma. Mamegam Sharanam Raja is the Param Dharma. So every living entity, everybody's Param Dharma is to surrender unto that Supreme Personality of Godhead. Dear devotees, we have this month, entire month for that, so we can completely engage, so that we come to that position called the Mandra Siddhi, that we come to that perfection of our chanting of the holy name. That means we can come to our perfection of loving devotional service. So this is what it is one can get into, one can enter into in this month of Kartik. So we all can endeavor, we can always engage with that determination. So the usually says that on this month of Kartik, we can get up in the morning and chant our rounds perfectly and attentively and focused. Then you worship the Supreme Lord and offer the ghee lamp to the Supreme Lord. And then you can chant the Damodhara Ashtakam. And then you can honor the prasadam and don't eat anything from outside in this month of. I have only the prasadam which is offered to the Lord. Avoid bad association and keep up that clean, and don't cut nails or hair or anything like that. And don't put oil. These are the things which rules and regulations mention, that one who performs this vrata with the rules and regulations, one can definitely attain the Supreme Lord. That pure devotion, that's the key of that. Pure devotion means that one can attain the Supreme Lord. That means one can receive the mercy of the Supreme Lord. So with that mind, keep that in the mind that today we will begin with this beautiful chapter, which is called the vision of the universal form. So this is one of the reason I will not go. We will start. We are starting this today, and then following days that we'll go detail one by one, one by one. Right. So what is the? I will take this first paragraph of it. This is a very very beautiful section. So can anybody read this? The first paragraph. Anybody would like to read?
Yes, Prabhuji, I can read. Can I
Yes,
read?
please go ahead.
Vision of the universal form. After this incident, Vasudev asked his family priest, Garg Muni, to visit the place of Nanda Maharaj in order to astrologically calculate the future life of Krishna. Garg Muni was great saintly sage who had undergone many austerities and penances and been appointed priest of the Yadu dynasty. When Garg Muni arrived at the home of Nanda Maharaj, Nand Maharaj was very pleased to see him and immediately stood up with the folded hands and offered his respectful obeisance. He received Garg Muni with the feeling of one who is worshipping the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He offered him a nice sitting place. When he sat down, Nanda Maharaj offered him a warm reception. Addressing him very politely, he said, My dear Brahman, your appearance in the householder place is only enlightened. We are always engaged in household duties and are forgetting our real duty of self-realization. Your coming to our house is to give us some enlightenment about a spiritual life. You have no other purpose in visiting householders. Actually, a saintly person or a Brahman has no business visiting householders who are always busy in the matter of dollars and cents. The only reason saintly person and Brahman go to the place of householder is to enlighten him. If it is asked, why don't the householder go to the saintly person or Brahman for enlightenment? The answer is the householders are very poor-hearted. Generally, householders think that engaging in a family affairs is their prime duty and that is self-realization or enlightenment in a spiritual knowledge is a secondary out of compassion. Only saintly person and Brahmans go to the householders' homes.
Yeah, thank you, Mataji. So this was after the killing of Trinavarta, right? We know that the big, the powerful and strong, ferocious wind came to kill Krishna. So then, so that Krishna, the killed that Trinavarta, that demon. So after that, everybody that Vasudev and mother, so the yeah, so then Vasudev is family priest of the dynasty, and especially Vasudev dynasty, that the Vrishni dynasty. So Gargamuni visit that the place to Nanda Maharaj. So that is the time that Krishna killed Trinavarta, and all that wonderful pastimes is over that, and everybody is little concerned that why it is happening, why it is all about. So then they requested Gargamuni to tell that what to do, and this is the time also then Krishna's name giving ceremony is going to happen. So like that. So then Gargamuni appears, so Srila Prabhupada and the Krishna book, which is mentioned that the Brahmanas, especially Gargamuni was actually the disciple of Brihaspati. So very powerful and there for a long time. And Gargamuni, everybody well respected Gargamuni. And there is a Garga Samhita. Must be knowing that there is a scripture called Garga Samhita. The Garga Samhita also revealed the beautiful, beautiful pastimes of Krishna and Srimati Radha in the spiritual realm. And in that Garga Samhita also revealed that how Radha and Krishna, what causes actually Radha and Krishna to come down on this material world. So this is also another Bhagavatam, the Garga Samhita. So there is in a very, very detail which revealed that. So Gargamuni, so they are completely spiritual, completely pure, right? They go and they visit people. So why they are going to that? Because of they purify. The moment they come to that place, that their entire place is purified. That's why devotees, that's why it's mentioned that every householder, family, householder, grihastha, has to invite the saintly people, devotees, pure devotees, their home, so that they get an opportunity to associate with, first of all, with these pure devotees. Second, that as soon as they come, their entire place is purified. And as it also says that sadhu sangha sarva shastra, lavamatra sarva siddhi. That means automatically by their association, by the exact that spiritual knowledge that they reveal to them, their entire life can be then completely transformed, and they can situate into this there and connect with the Supreme Lord. That's why saintly people and pure devotees are there, and pure devotees and saintly people are also representatives of the Lord. And Lord mentioned that one time just asked the Lord, then, oh Lord, that how this world is going to get purified and you are leaving. Uddhava asked this question to the Supreme Lord when Lord was departing. Said that, yes, I would be there in the form of I will be there in the Srimad Bhagavatam. It is me, myself only that will purify. And also, all these saintly people that they are representing me, they are the representatives of me. That's why Krishna says, Maha Brahmanya Devaya. Sees the Lord is actually the Lord of Brahman, or the devotees, the pure devotees. Namo Brahmanya Devaya. So the devotees also represents the Supreme Lord. So that way, there are so many due course of time, there are great personalities comes and they transform the world. So as says that Shakti Avish Avadar, that means they empower the devotees. And then also there is Lord himself comes down as an empower incarnation. Also Lord empowers the devotees. That's where the devotees are representing the Lord, and also that's where devotees can transform this world. So we should always give proper due respect to each and every devotee of the Lord. So as we say, as we can see that, right, when the Lord Srila Prabhupada was transforming this world, and then the entire world is transformed. So this is Shakti Avesha, the empowered incarnation. Lord empowered the Srila Prabhupada. So we all can see that just because of Srila Prabhupada, we could come to this point, understanding and realizing this, our constitutional position, who we are, so that we are taking some benefit out of it. This is the mercy of the Lord as well as the mercy of Srila Prabhupada. So we should always respect and due respect to the devotees and the great sages and saintly people always. Their purpose of coming to our home, coming to our temple, coming to all these places just to purify us. They don't have any other business to do with the grihasthas, or that they give and take or anything like that. Yeah, out of their mercy, out of their compassion, that Vaishnava is the most compassionate person. So they understand, they seen the truth. As it says in the Bhagavad Gita, Tadvidi pranipatena pariprashnena seveya upadeshandiye jnanam jnanina tattvadarshina. The self-realized devotees, the souls have seen the truth. They have seen the truth, but not the grihasthas. They are completely in the maya, in the darkness. But the self-realized, the souls, devotees have seen the truth. They have seen the truth. So this is the case. So when they have seen the truth, then we should go and approach them, and so that we get the mercy. But here the devotees are so merciful. They come to the house of the grihastha, and then they transform the people, transform that grihastha, so that everybody is looking for that the great souls, great devotees to come to their home. And that's also our duty, grihastha, that invite great personalities, great souls, devotees to their home, and then inquire from them, so that we also get that transcendental knowledge. So, dear devotees, so we will continue this tomorrow. That the wonderful, wonderful pastimes manifested just before the Damodhara, Lord Damodhara pastime. This is one of the reason that. So, in a nutshell, this is the case that the Supreme Lord. Then Balaram came and complained to Mother Yashoda that Maya Maya Kanaya, Mati Khaya. Kanaya ate the mud. So always Krishna is naughty. And Balaram, wanted also to see that. How always Mother Yashoda is so dear to Krishna. And Mother Balaram is also wanted to see that. Now Mother Yashoda is chastising Krishna. So they were all looking for this opportunity. This is also another pastimes that, it all enhances the pleasure of Krishna. some way or other. So then Mother Yashoda came and then asked Krishna that, did you eat mud? Did you eat, dirt? Said, nay, nay, I didn't eat. The Balram Maya, the Bhaiya is telling their lies. So now Krishna, the Mother Yashoda told, okay, open your mouth. So this is the time when Krishna opened the mouth. Mother Yashoda couldn't believe. Mother Yashoda was not seeing the mud. Mother Yashoda was seeing that the entire universe inside. So this mud, which was representing, that is also potency of the Lord. And when Mother Yashoda looked in the mouth of Krishna, that the entire universe, everything, all the planets are, revolving. And not only that, entire universe is the sun, moon, all the stars and the planets. And even that the place where Vrindavan is there also, Mother Yashoda is now scanning everything. Even Vrindavan is the cows and the gopas and the fronts, everything. And even Mother Yashoda could see Mother Yashoda also inside the mouth of Krishna. And he was wondering and bewildered. So Mother Yashoda couldn't see what is going on for. And Mother Yashoda couldn't do anything for a moment and stunned with it. And then now Krishna saw that Mother Yashoda is now bewildered and started to offer praise to Krishna and with awe and reverence, due respect and all. So what is this? Mother Yashoda immediately completely perplexed. So now Krishna now withdraw all this, but still in the back of the mind, Mother Yashoda had a little doubt that who is this little boy, and then started to behave little. So now Krishna wanted to dissipate that. Krishna wanted to eradicate that doubt of it. So then Krishna made a plan that, okay, that Mother Yashoda, if Mother Yashoda could bind me, that means then I'm an ordinary boy. So then Mother Yashoda won't think that, okay, I'm the Supreme Lord, I am the Lord, I'm portion of the Lord. So Mother Yashoda won't think that. So that I will get that motherly affection. So when there is something in the back of the mind, there is a little keep a distance. But Krishna doesn't want. Krishna came into this world that to reciprocate with his devotees in their loving affection, loving attitude or loving relationship, either in the Sakiras with the Gopas and the friends, or the Valsilya Rasa and the Prema Rasa and the Madhurya Rasa with his, the Gopis and the Gopas. And then there is Dasi Rasa, there are devotees, they are always there to serve Krishna. Krishna wanted to receive all this. And not only that, Krishna wanted to reciprocate with his devotees. So Krishna is always says that Krishna has nothing to do with other than devotees. He always there. That's why Krishna's pastimes are innumerable. We can say that we can count the sands in this universe, but we cannot count the innumerable pastimes of Krishna with his devotees. That much it is mentioned in Srimad Bhagavatam. So it's always there. Thousands, millions of with his devotees. There are so many, so beautiful and so, sweet. So then Krishna made this plan of all this, wonderful, the pastimes of Damodhara. That's why we are going through this month of Kartik. So dear devotees, so I'll stop here with this knot. And thank you so much for being there. We will continue this. So please be there so that we can very, very attentively and clearly and attentively that we can hear the glories of Krishna. Hearing means that we are seeing Krishna, in our heart, with our eyes. So thank you so much. I'll stop here with this knot. And any comments, any reflections, anything you would like to add? Any other reflection, any thoughts you have about this month of Kartik? And then we will go for the Damodhara after that.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji,
Hare Krishna.
The
Yes.
Amrish Maharaj waited for 1 year on Amrish Shila. It is Vrindavan. Is there available to see?
It's in Madhuvan, yes. It is in the Madhuvan. And Amrish Maharaj was there in the Madhuvan, in the Vrindavan also. I'm not sure about the Shila about Mataji. Maybe we can check that, whether still it is available or not. I mean, it should be because of that waited for, yes, Amrish Maharaj waited for Durvasa Muni for all that 1 year.
For 1 year, wow.
1 year.
At one same place, no sleep, nothing.
Just consisting the water, that's it.
How can you do? It's a miracle.
Yes. Okay. Thank you for your Okay. Any other comments? Anybody else has anything to add?
And in Matsya Avatar, they wanted to protect Veda also,
That is another Manu. The Vedas was on the time of Swayambhuva Manu. When
not
the
this Manu.
when the Swayambhuva Manu was, that's the time Lord appeared also to protect the Vedas. This pastime happened in the Chakshusha Manu, that means our last Manu, the previous Manu. That was previous Manu was Chakshusha Manu, and then this current Manu is called the Vaivasudha Manu. There is Swayambhuva Manu, then Swarojisha Manu, then there is Uttama Manu, then Daivada Manu, and then like that. Then Chakshusha Manu, one more is there in between. Yeah, so these are the Manu that are the period of 72 yuga cycle, and then each Manu changes accordingly.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Anybody else? Anything else would like to add? Anybody else would like to put any other reflections on the month of Kartik? Okay. So now we can go for the Damodhara Ashtakam. Anybody would like to sing the Damodhara Ashtakam?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Can I sing or anybody?
Yes. Please go ahead.
Right.
So let me share the
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Maharaj.
Prabhuji, last year we were having some kind of like video, yatra videos,
Yes.
right in the end, and also everybody was singing turn by turn. So can we have the same thing? So anybody over visiting India who can give like a short video of yatras or no?
Yes, I do have some, and then we will see. Depends on the timing and depends on the days that comes. Yeah,
Sure.
today is actually the fifth day or sixth day actually of the so last Thursday we started, right? Thursday,
Yes.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Yeah, this is the fifth day of the Kartik Parikrama. So we'll see. Depends on the timing, Maharaj.
Okay. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Thank you, Maharaj. Okay, so it's shared, and we can. So one devotee can sing, and everybody can repeat after, and then we'll also read the translation. Okay, please go ahead.
Okay. Namaishwaram Sachidanandarupam Lasat Kundalam Gokule Brajamanam
Namahishwaram
Sachidanandarupam
Lasat Kundalam Gokule Brajamanam
Yashodabhiyalokaladhavamanam Paramrishtamatyantato Drutagopya
Yashodabhiyolokaladhavamanam Paramrishtamatyantato
Rudantam muhurnetram yugmam rajantam Karamujayugmena satankanetram
Rudantam Jantam Karambhojayukena Sadanganetram
Muhushvasakam patrirekhangakantha Stita evam damodaram bhaktipadham
Muhushvasakam Bhaktirekanda Siddhadevam Damodaram Bhaktibhaktam
Iti driksvalilabhirananda kunde स्वघोषं निमज्जन्तम् आख्यापयन्तम्
इति सुघोषं निमज्जन्तम् आख्यापयन्तम्
तदीयेषु भक्तिर्जितत्वम् पुनः प्रेमातं तच्छतावृत्ति वन्दे
तदीयेषु भक्तिर्जितत्वम् पुनः प्रेमतत्तं सदा वन्दे
वरं देवमोक्षं न मोक्षं वधिं वा न चान्यमृणेऽहं वरेषदपि
वरं देवमोक्षं न मोक्षं वदिं वा न चान्यं वृणेऽहं वरेषदपि
इदं ते वपुर्नाथ गोपालबालम् सदा मे मनस्ताभिरस्तां किमन्ये
इदं देवपुरनाथ गोपालबालम् सदा मे मनस्याविरक्तिमन्ये
इदं ते मुखं भोजम् अत्यन्तनीले वृतं कुन्तले स्निग्धरक्तश्च गोप्या
इदं ते मुखाम्बोजमत्यन्तनीले वृधं कुण्डलैस्निग्धरक्तस्य गोप्या
मोहोश्चुम्बितं बिम्बरक्तधरं मे मनस्स वीरस्तामलं लक्षलाभे
मुहुश्चुम्बितं बिम्बरक्ताधरं मे मनस्या विराष्टालं लक्षलाभे
नमो देवदामोदर विष्णु प्रसीद प्रभो दुःखजलाब्धिमग्नम्
नमो देव दामोदर विष्णु प्रसीद प्रभो दुःखजलाब्धिमग्नम्
कृपा दृष्टिवृष्टाति दिनं बतानु गृहाणि क्षमामेत्य हिताशिदृक्ष
कृपा दृष्टिर्यादिदिनं गृहदेशमामस्नं विदशीदृष्ट्या
हेरात्मजो बद्धमृत्यैव यत्त्वा त्वया मोचितो भक्तिभाजो कृतो च
कुबेरात्मजौ बद्धमृत्यवयत्वा त्वया मोचितो भक्तिभाजौ कृतौ च
तथा प्रेम भक्तिं स्वकामे प्रयच्छ न मोक्षे ग्रहो मेऽस्ति दामोदरेह
तदा प्रेम भक्तिं सुखमित्यच्च न मोक्षे गृहो मेष्टि दामोदरेह
नमस्तेऽस्तु धाम्ने स्फुरदीप्तिदाम्ने
नमस्ते
त्वदीयाथ विश्वस्य दाम्ने
नमस्ते धाम्ने
सुरदीप्तिदामने
सुधीयोधराय विश्वस्य धाम्ने
नमो राधिकायै त्वदीयप्रियायै नमो नन्तलीलाय देवाय तुभ्यम्
नमो राधिकायै त्वदीयप्रियायै नमो नन्दलीलाय त्वयतोऽभ्यम्
नमो राधिकायै त्वदीयप्रियायै प्रियाय नमोऽनन्तलीलाय देवाय तुभ्यम्
नमो राधिकाय तोदीय प्रियाय नमो नन्दलीलाय देवाय तुभ्यम्
नमो राधिकाय नमोऽनन्तलीलाय देवाय तुभ्यम्
नमो राधिकाय तोदीय प्रियाय नमो नन्दलीलाय देवाय तुभ्यम्
हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
हरे कृष्णा
Hare
कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण
Hare
हरे हरे हरे
Hare
राम हरे राम 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 हरे हरे
हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम हरे राम 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 हरे हरे
जय राधा दामोदर राधा दामोदर राधे
राधा दामोदर राधा दामोदर राधे
राधा दामोदर की
जय।
जय
Okay, so devotees, we can go one by one, read the translation. So that go ahead and read.
First one.
Yeah.
To the Supreme Lord, whose form is the embodiment of eternal existence, knowledge, and bliss, whose shark-shaped earrings are swinging to and fro, who is beautifully shining in the divine reclaim of Goloka, who
Gokul.
is Gokula, sorry,
Gokula.
Gokula, divine reclaim of Gokula, who is quickly running from the wooden grinding mortar in fear of Mother Ashoda, but who has been caught from behind by her, who ran after him with greater speed. To that Supreme Lord, Sri Damodhara, I offer my humble obeisance. Hare Krishna.
Seeing the whipping stick in his mother's hand, he is crying and rubbing his eyes again and again with his two lotus hands. His eyes are filled with fear and necklace of pearl around his neck, which is one moment. Marked with three lines like conch shell, is shaking because of his quick breathing due to crying. To the Supreme Lord, Sri Damodar, whose belly is bound not with ropes but with his mother's pure love, I offer my humble obeisances.
By such childhood pastimes as this, he is drowning the inhabitants of Gokula in pools of ecstasy and is revealing to those devotees who are absorbed in knowledge of supreme majesty and opulence that he is only conquered by devotees whose pure love is imbued with intimacy and is free from all conceptions of awe and reverence. With great love, I again offer my obeisances to Lord Sri Damodara hundreds and hundreds of times.
O Lord, although you are able to give all kinds of benedictions, I do not pray to you for the boon of impersonal liberation. nor the highest liberation of eternal life in Vaikuntha, nor any other boon which may be obtained by executing the 9 processes of bhakti. O Lord, I simply wish that this form of yours as Bhalagopala in Vrindavana may ever be manifest in my heart. For what is the use to me of any other boon besides this?
O Lord, your lotus face, which is encircled by locks of soft black and hair tingled with the red, and is kissed again and again by Mother Yasoda. Your lips are reddish, like the bimba of fruit. May be beautiful vision of your lotus face be ever manifest in my heart. Thousands and thousands of other benedictions are of no use to me.
O Supreme Godhead, I offer my obeisances unto you. O Damodhara, O Ananta, O Vishnu, O Master, O my Lord, be pleased upon me by showering your glance of mercy upon me. Deliver this poor ignorant fool who is immersed in an ocean of worldly sorrows and become visible to my eyes.
O Lord Damodara, just as the two sons of Kuvera, Manigriva and Nalkuvera, were delivered from the curse of Narada and made into great devotees by you in your form as a baby tied with rope to a wooden grinding mortar. In the same way, please give to me your own prema bhakti. I only long for this and have no desire for any kind of liberation. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Next one.
O Lord Damodara, I first of all offer my obeisances to the brilliantly effulgent rope which binds your belly. I then offer my obeisances to your belly, which is the abode of the entire universe. I humbly bow down to your most beloved Srimati Radharani, and I offer all obeisances to you, the Supreme Lord, who displays unlimited pastimes. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, I saw that there are almost 14 devotees. Only 8 devotees read. What about other devotees? Let's go ahead and read. This is the wonderful time, dear devotees. Just even utter the name of Krishna is so beneficial with our tongue. So if anybody would like to read, start from the beginning again. So we can read.
Supreme Lord, whose form is the embodiment of eternally existence, knowledge, and bliss, whose sharp shaped earrings are swinging to and fro, who is beautifully shining in the divine realm of Gokula, who, due to the offense of breaking the pot of yogurt that his mother was churning into uh, butter and then stealing the butter that was kept hanging from a swing, is quickly running from the wooden grinding motor in fear of Mother Yashoda, but who has been caught from behind by her, who ran after him with greater speed. To that Supreme Lord Sri Damodara, I offer my humble obeisance.
Obeisances, yeah. Okay. Thank you, Mataji. Anybody else?
Yes, yes, Prabhu. Seeing the weeping stick in his mother's hand, he is crying and rubbing his eyes again and again with his two lotus hands. His eyes are filled with fear, and the necklace of pearls around his neck, which is marked with 3 lines like a conch shell. He's shaking because of his quick breathing due to crying. To this Supreme Lord, Sri Damodara, whose belly is bound not with ropes, but with his mother's pure love, I offer my humble obeisances. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you.
By such childhood pastimes as this, he is drowning in the inhabitants of Goloka in
Gokula.
pools of ecstasy. Gokula in pools of ecstasy, and is revealing to those devotees who are absorbed in knowledge of his supreme majesty and opulence that he is only conquered by devotees, whose pure love is imbue, imbues says with intimacy and is free from all conception of awe and reverence. With great love, I again offer my obeisances to Lord Damodara hundreds and hundreds of times. Haribol.
Reboot. Yeah, thank you. Anybody else?
So I can read again, Tapu, if you want.
Yeah, please go ahead.
O Lord, although you are able to give all kinds of benediction, I do not pray to you for the boon of impersonal liberation, nor the highest liberation of eternal life in Vaikuntha, nor any other boon which may be obtained by executing the nine processes of bhakti. O Lord, I simply wish that this form of your as Balagopala in Vrindavana may ever be manifest in my heart. For what is the use of me of any any other boon besides this? Hare Krishna.
Anybody else is there? Anybody else would like to want to read?
O Lord, your lotus face, which is encircled with by locks of soft black hair tinged with red,
Yeah, go ahead, read.
eyes kissed again and again by Mother Yashoda, and your lips are reddish like the bimba fruit. May this beautiful vision of your lotus face be ever manifest in my heart. Thousands and thousands of other benedictions are no use to me. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
O Supreme Godhead, I offer my obeisances unto you. O Damodhara, O Ananta, O Vishnu, O Master, O my Lord. Be pleased upon me. By showering your glance of mercy upon me, deliver this poor ignorant fool who is immersed in an ocean of worldly sorrows and become visible to my eyes.
Yeah, thank you. Anybody else? O Lord Damodara, just as the two sons of Kuvera, Manigriva, and Nalakuvera were delivered from the curse of Narada and made into great devotees by you, in your form as a baby tied with a rope to a wooden grinding mortar. In the same way, please give to me your own prema bhakti. I only long for this and have no desire for any kind of liberation.
Can I read the last one, Prabhuji?
Yes.
O Lord Damodara, I first of all offer my obeisances to the brilliantly effulgent robe which binds your belly. I then offer my obeisances to your belly. This is the abode of the entire universe.
Which is the abode of?
Which is the abode of the entire universe. I humbly bow down to your most beloved Srimati Radharani and offer all obeisances to you, the Supreme Lord, who displays unlimited pastimes. Hare Krishna.
Yeah. Thank you so much, dear devotee. Dear devotees, see, this was mentioned that this song was originally spoken by Satyavrata Muni in conversation with Narada Muni and Savanagrishi. This is from the Padma Purana, actually. So this was the Padma Purana, that Satyavrata Muni, that was the king Satyavrata, and this was in the Malsya Purana. There is a big details of it in the conversation with Narada Muni and Savanagrishi. So this is great potency has this. This was the praise came out from the heart of Satyavrata Muni. It's so beautiful, so nice. So this song is sung during the month of Kartik, also known as the month of Damodara, as quoted in the Sri Haribhakti Vilas. In the month of Kartika, one should worship Lord Damodara and daily recite the prayer known as Damodara Ashtaka, which has been spoken by sage Satyavrata and which attracts Lord Damodara in Haribhakti Vilas. This is usually sung in Raga Ashwarani in Lofa and Bengali Ektal or Bhairavi. That's, we don't want to get into the Raga. Okay, this you can sing any of that which you like. Okay, thank you, dear devotees. Anything else that we want to add before we conclude? Thank you so much for being there. This beautiful, beautiful, wonderful, auspicious Kartik program. So there's a wonderful Sangha. Anything would like to add? Anybody would like to add anything?
Thank you, Prabhuji, giving us opportunity to do all these things in Kartik month. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Well, I will search for this parikrama videos, and so we can also get into Vrindavan. We can also go and glimpses of Vrindavan that we can have. Let me see whether I can get downloaded those videos and we can play. Okay. So probably we'll see coming days. So we'll request devotees to do that as well. Okay. Thank you so much. So let's conclude today's session. Vancha kalpatarupasya kripa sindhubhyevacha paridhanam pavadebhyo vaishnavebhyo namaha. Vaishnav Vrinda ki jai. Radha Damodhara ji ki jai.
Jai.
Prabhupada ki jai. Ananda
Jai.
Gauri Vaishnav Vrinda ki jai. Gaura Premanande Hari Om.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.